everybody. I'm Larry Ridley. You're tuned in to the NFL on EA Sports. Tonight's matchup features two quarterbacks who will be trying to lead their team to victory. It's the Steelers going up against the Diablos. Set for the call of this Week 15 matchup, here are Brandon Guyton and Charles Davis.
All right, thanks, Larry. It's the third largest stadium in the world, a capacity over 95,000, as we are in Mexico City, the capital of the great country of Mexico. Coming up, another edition of the NFL International Series, and it should be a good one, between the Pittsburgh Steelers and the Mexico City Diablos. Rawls, the lone man in the backfield. He'll get the football here. And he'll be taken down here at about the 23-yard line. Give him a couple on the carry there, 2nd and 8. And the big boys up front in the trenches. What do you think of the O-line, Charles?
I love them because this is a group that's so cohesive. They know what the man next to them is going to do at all times, and they operate as a terrific unit.
See if they stay on the ground for 2nd down.
We got three, fellas. We got three.
On play action, they'll throw. It's complete to his tight end, Charles Clay. And he's taken down, but not before he gets us into enemy territory across the 40.
As we continue to advance in the NFL, as people continue to scout players, they really don't care as much about body types as they care about those guys who could make people miss, run through tackles, and gain all that additional run after catch. Anybody who has that ability, they want them on their team.
Drops it underneath for Rawls. And here he'll be brought down a little shy of the 35 at the 36. He'll get a couple yards on that one, and it'll bring up a 2nd down. Time here to show you the starters while we have a moment defensively for the Pittsburgh Steelers. And I know one guy you like from Miami, Artie Burns.
Just jumps off the screen when you plug in his college tape in terms of athleticism. And I also watched him play with some intelligence. Saw him at one point jump into the slot and pattern read and come off of his receiver to the intended one and intercept a pass. I like him.
So 3rd down, they need to get to the 28 for a first. They stay on the ground. Rawls again. And he'll lose yardage on the play back at the 37-yard line. He lost 2, and it brings up 4th.
The defense won that play so fast that I think if the running back even had time to notice if anyone was there, it was just a blink of an eye, and there was a loss on the play.
And that one's not going to get there. Not enough juice. An ambitious effort, but it's well short. And this will remain a scoreless game.
Chance there from long distance to get our first points on the board. How close was it to getting there? Pretty darn close.
Anunua's got it, complete. And he'll get it out to midfield. Looks like, yeah, they'll spot it right at midfield at the 50.
When you see zone defense and you know you've got a drag route on as your primary call, you've got to be really careful as a passer about how far you let your guy go because he might wander into some tough coverage.
Finding time. This is caught by Antonio Brown. A really nice pickup of 14 yards, and it moves the sticks.
There's no doubt about it. That's just one of the best connections in the league. Big Ben throwing it to Antonio Brown, and Antonio Brown has turned himself into such a player. A low-round draft pick, but you can't beat his determination or work ethic, and Big Ben welcomes that.
And Big Ben won a Super Bowl at 23, youngest ever to do so, has never looked back. This offense has some speed, and certainly Martavis Bryant, he has some speed.
He has that, and he has size. That's what makes him so difficult to cover, because just when you think you have to play him one way, the other attribute kicks in. Martavis Bryant could be an all-star real soon.
A fake to Bell. Now it's Roethlisberger. James has got it. Complete. 6 yards is the pickup, and that'll lead to a 3rd down.
So much goes into a successful play, doesn't it? How about that play action there? Freezing the defense just enough to bring the tight end free downfield for the completion.
Well, they brought in an extra defensive back here, so probably not expecting a run on 3rd and 3.
A good call.
He completes it to Bryant. And he'll be out of bounds just inside the 25-yard line. You give him 5 yards there, and it's enough for the first.
Would it be safe to say that as precise as routes are supposed to be run in the NFL, maybe they're not quite as precise in college ball?
That's accurate, yeah.
And I think we saw a college route in the NFL there. Just find the soft spot, find the dead zone, and find the first down. And that's what he just did.
20 yards on the pickup there. And the Steelers are going to have a 1st and goal. And the next snap coming inside the red zone here. Throwing again, it's Roethlisberger. This will be caught at about the 6. No gain on the screen there. It's 2nd down. And a look now at the starting defense.
Marcel Darius, year in and year out, plays at a Pro Bowl level.
Offense walks to the line for play number 7 of the drive. Ben to throw again. And the hit jarred it loose. It's incomplete. He was trying to find Ladarius Green there as tight end. And it's 3rd and short.
After all the preparation, all the practice, a play like that will absolutely break your heart. They had everything they wanted, just unable to complete it. In the end zone, a big-time drop.
He was looking for his big tight end there, Jesse James. And that brings up 4th down. Down here in the red zone, you know your tight end's going to be a favorite target. Couldn't hang on.
And sometimes they just have to get out of their own head because they understand how tight windows are there and how many bodies are there. And sometimes they just overthink it and don't catch the ball.
So not exactly jubilation over on that visiting sideline, but at least a high 5 or 2 for their kicker as he gets them the first points of the night here on the opening drive.
And 3 points are not to be underestimated. You're on the road, under the lights, national TV audience. You want to come out and look good, and that's a good start right there.
And he'll wind up about 4 yards shy of where he would have been if he had taken a knee, as they'll start at the 21-yard line. Now this offense ready to take over again. Last time out, they had that long 50-plus yard field goal that they missed.
And I'm sure on their sideline, they're thinking to themselves, okay, do we still want to try one if we're in that position again? And I would dare say that the answer would be yes. They're going to have a lot of confidence in their kicker. But just to be on the safe side, I'm sure they told their offensive guys, can we get a little bit closer this time?
Get a little closer.
Yeah, well, you know, I'd rather get in the end zone first and foremost. But if all else fails, less of a field goal attempt for him.
Here we go now. Detroit! Detroit!
Out of the gun. They'll look to throw. Out to the flat. That's complete to his running back. And this one will go to the 28-yard line. It'll be a gain of 9, and they're going to face a 3rd down.
So many times you hear today's NFL described as a space game. Get your best players into space with the football in their hands. That's why sometimes you just swing it out to your runner, get him out in the flat, and let him have a chance to make people miss an open field.
A hit as he throws there, incomplete.
3rd down is the down. Both sides know they absolutely have to win. And the name of the game for the defense is pressure on the quarterback. But pressure on the quarterback with contact, that's how you end up winning it.
And a fair catch called for and made just outside the 15-yard line. Here comes the D swarming to the line. Now a play fake here on 1st down. And Bryant's got it over the middle. And they finally take him down, but not before he reaches the 43. You know, when I see passes like that, I'm reminded of something you and I talked about yesterday. Big Ben was a wide receiver the first 3 years of high school, sitting behind the coach's son. And then he finally got that opportunity. I think he's made the most of it.
It's always the coach's son, isn't it? But you know where it helps him? When he looks downfield, he knows what the receivers are going to do. He actually has wide receivers' eyes when he's throwing the ball. I'm not quite sure how he wasn't able to hold on to that one in the end zone. A great opportunity lost, but a lot of relief for the defensive guys. When they get into film next week, they're going to want to know what happened. Where was the breakdown that almost allowed a touchdown?
Give him 5 on the carry there, and it'll set up a 3rd down.
Frustrating for a defense, energizing for an offense. Finding a way to create that type of yardage in your running game, that'll make the guys carrying the ball very, very happy.
Off the play fake. Here's Roethlisberger. Surveying the field. He'll rifle this one. And this is caught inside the 5. And he's going to take it in for a Steeler touchdown. Quincy Enunwa with touchdown number 12 on the year. And the Steelers are going to add on to their lead. Now it's Ryan Suckup on after the touchdown to kick it away. That's fielded in the end zone. And with a new rule, that decision to bring it out will cost him about 5 yards as he only gets to the 20. And here now the offense heading back out there. And still no points on the scoreboard. You're coming off of the 3 and out. They're just looking for anything to grab onto right now, aren't they?
I'm wondering if someone's going to take charge in the huddle. You know, we always look to the quarterback, but sometimes it's another player on the team, a star, a veteran, someone with some excitement and energy. It's like, all right, guys, let's shake things up and let's go, because they still have an opportunity to make things happen.
Shake it up.
When you execute a drag or a crossing route really well and give them a chance to let it develop a little bit, you can gain some significant yardage.
Defense really showing respect to the deep ball here, playing off the receivers. First down, this is Rawls. Not much there, maybe a couple up to the 35. Cameron Hayward in on the tackle.
I do know from experience that when you slow down someone's running game, you're now doing the dictating on defense. And guess what? Now you're getting ready to tee off on their quarterback because they have to throw it all the time. But you still have to be alert for the draws and other plays of that nature to make sure you don't get hurt.
Now a shotgun snap as they'll look to throw. It's complete to Brown, right side. 8 yards on the pickup there, and it moves the sticks.
In recent years, the slot receivers really gained stature in the NFL because they could do so many things. Yes, they can line up wide like your normal wide receiver, but to have that kind of courage and toughness to run routes in the middle of the field and become dependable targets for their quarterbacks and move the sticks, those guys are worth their weight in gold.
They go play action here on first down. Man open left side is Brown. And he'll be taken down, but not before getting this inside the 30. Cool under pressure right there, escaping the pocket and finding what I think was not his primary target.
And some of these guys are just so comfortable getting outside of the pocket that they'll do it on purpose.
And he will take this one in for a touchdown. Thomas Rawls hitting double digits with his 10th touchdown of the season. And his guys have made this a one-score game now. And he knocks it through. Hauschka now to send this one away following the score. And no return on this one as the fair catch is signaled for and taken. And Pittsburgh getting set to take the field. And they'll just simply be looking to build off the confidence of the last time out where they scored a touchdown.
And confidence is powerful, isn't it? When you've scored once, you feel like you can go back out there and get it done again. Doesn't matter what the defense throws at them. They feel like they're...
Now Ben hit, and he lost the football. It's loose.
On plays like this where the ball comes free, it's often unusual for the team that lost it to get it back. Because... This is the quarterback. The ball gets away from him. Everyone else is trying to execute what they're supposed to do on offense. They're usually looking in the other direction, downfield, or have moved away from him. In this case, though, a teammate is able to come up with the ball.
Now it's Roethlisberger. And he bats it away, and it falls down incomplete. Quincy Enunwa, the intended receiver, and it's third down.
It's always tough for the guys throwing the football when they think they've got a completion and the ball's almost there, and then someone sneaks a hand or two in and bats it away.
And they're going to go soft on the corners. So it's third and long, and defensively not a real surprise. They're in the dime. He's got time. He's going to... Oh, this is taken in. It's complete. A heck of a play there on third down, but amazingly, they're still short for fourth. The Steelers send out their punter now as he's on to punt for the first time tonight.
Boy, they had a lot of real estate to make up there, but what a big-time play for them. Nice completion, excellent gain. Now they're in fourth and manageable.
Just a little short, though, with that marker. And great special teams work here. This is knocking on the door of the 5. They'll spot it at the 6-yard line. Out comes this offensive unit as they get set to take over here. Last time they were out, they scored. Still trailing here, though, so some work to do.
but it's okay in terms of mindset. Because they scored the last time, they're not quite as worried about being down on the scoreboard because now their confidence is a little bit higher. They feel like they get
into a double team, and it's intercepted. Picked off by Ryan Shazier. And he's going to take this one back to the 37-yard line. The Steelers offense now, they head back onto the field. And a tight game after punting last time. See if they can get something going on this drive.
As they head to the field now, with the game this close, you've got to feel there's a sense of urgency for them going on offense right now. But they have to do it without letting panic creep in and affect their play. I know tight ends love this route because a lot of times they'll fake a block first and get a little bit of space and then come across the middle because in their mind, they're thinking catch the ball and then drop the hammer on the little guys in the secondary.
Unable to drop the hammer, he just dropped the pass. He was looking for Quincy Enunwa that time. Third down here.
Well, they went for the big play there, but that drop could really hurt their momentum.
And it looks like we've got a dime set here defensively. 6 DBs in the game. Now Roethlisberger. He's going to let it go again. Trying for Brown, and it's intercepted. Picked off by DJ Swearinger. And a big turnover there as his guys will get the football back. Very tough spot here for the offense to start. Trying to shake off the interception from the last drive. He'll look to throw. That's complete. It's Bell. 2 minutes remain here in the first half. My good friend Charles and I right back at you after this.
Watch it now, Marty. All right, here we go.
Back to throw now on first down. Going to Rawls on the dump off. And they're able to bring him down at the 20. Call it a gain of 3. And it'll make it a second down.
Everyone's got to be able to catch the football. Doesn't matter what position you play, but if you're on offense, be aware a ball may come your way.
So they complete the pass, and now they face a second down. They'll come out in the pistol. They'll set up a throw. He's just going to dump this one off to his fullback out of the backfield. A gain of 4 on the play, and that's going to bring up a third down.
Looked like the screen pass was taken away there, but what a nice job improvising, finding other options, and completing the pass anyway.
Rawls, the lone man in the backfield. And they'll give it to him here. And he's able to pick up the first before he's taken down at the 27. Just 4 yards on the pickup, but that's good enough to extend the drive. Fresh set of downs here.
On third down, that's a good job of situational football and understanding where the first down marker was and getting there.
Now on first down, he'll drop to throw it. He's going to float this. He's got a man complete. An excellent pickup of 34 yards. Well, last drive he threw the pick, but he's not shy. He's going downfield again there.
And you can't be, because if you back off after throwing an interception, your whole game plan just goes right out the window, and it makes things easier for a defense. And you and I both know there's a quarterback in this league that's any good that doesn't throw an interception occasionally, and they usually bounce back in a big way. I've seen guys throw 5 and still find a way to win the game in the end.
And no press coverage here. They are backing off in the secondary. They're going to look to throw. And that one will fall incomplete. Clock here now just under 30 seconds to go in this first half. 7th play of this drive coming up, but a long way to go on third down. Again, we'll see the pistol here. Now on 3rd and long, they'll look to throw. And he's got his man out of the backfield. That's complete. Now hold everything here. We're going to get a timeout by the offense. It's just their first, so they'll have 2 remaining here before we get to halftime. Another pistol look here. A running play for Rawls. No gain on the play there. 2nd down. Now whistles come in. We're going to get a timeout here by the offense. So that means they're down to 1 remaining here as we head toward halftime. So they're still at the original line of scrimmage here. 2nd down and 10.
Watch it now, Barney. Here we go now. Green, 39.
Out of the gun. They'll look to throw. Quick hitter here. It's complete. That throw good for only a couple. It brings up 3rd down. Now hold everything here. We're going to get a timeout by the offense. And with halftime on the horizon, they'll be out of timeouts from here forward. So 3 seconds here remain in the half. On is the field goal unit to see about getting 3 points. They'll spot it at the 30, so this is a 40-yard attempt. And Hauschka's kick is good.
Jeez, don't you at least want your guys to get a drink of water? Probably pretty thirsty.
Whatever, your wish, our command. 3rd quarter now. And that will knot us up at 10. And a fair catch signaled for and taken successfully. The Steeler offense now with a football first here to begin the 3rd quarter. They have a chance to break our tie here as we get a look at the first drive of quarter 3.
And it's such a tone setter, isn't it? Because both sides trying to seize momentum to begin the half. What do they have dialed up that'll give them an advantage to move the ball downfield?
Let's find out what they have dialed up. Well, he just threw an interception last drive, nearly another pick.
And things aren't very even right now, are they? It's a little bit sloppy out there, isn't it? It's kind of different driving on those paved roads and those country roads that have those potholes in them, isn't it?
Nowhere to escape, and he goes down. It'll go as a loss of about 6, and now it brings up 3rd. Well, it was 2nd long, now it's 3rd and even longer. They're going in the wrong direction here.
Because they're moving exactly the way they want to, but you're exactly right. Definitely going in the wrong direction for their offensive guys.
Now Roethlisberger to throw. Into double coverage, and it's intercepted. Picked off by the all-pro corner, Josh Norman. And he'll get this back to the 32-yard line. Now we take a glance at the offense as they work their way back out for their first possession of the 2nd half. Tie game, but they'll get excellent starting field position here to begin the 2nd half.
And it's the starting field position that makes an offensive coordinator maybe bolder than normal. Maybe you want to take the big shot right now. Go for a big play and get their attention early, or even just run your offense because you feel good about where you are and a chance to move the ball downfield.
Yeah, maybe they go for the big play. Time to find out. They'll look to throw. This is caught. Watkins. A really nice gain of 25 yards. Well, we know he's got the speed there. He needed the speed and the hands. A great catch.
And because of that speed, you have to respect it as a defender. So you have to either play off or make sure you're somehow in contact with him, and he's able to do exactly what you said. Use the speed to his advantage and go up and get the football. That's a big-time play right there. So if I'm an offensive coordinator, there's one thing that I know for sure. This is one of the top 5 teams in the NFL against the run. So when I look at my playlist, I'm probably thinking about throwing it.
And that one got tipped. Kind of threw everything off. It brings up 3rd. A pretty good coverage there, and both of these defenses, they've had good coverage throughout this one.
No doubt about it. And in today's NFL, where we're used to a bit more scoring, this feels almost like a well-pitched game in baseball on both sides where the tension continues to build. Who's going to make the big play?
Here's Rawls. And he'll maybe get back to the line of scrimmage, but no more than that. Only a yard on the pickup there, and it's going to bring up a 4th and goal.
That run didn't get very far, and I think when you're looking at his dimensions, he's a little bit on the smaller side. He's counting on the big guys up front to escort him in, and they couldn't create any kind of space for him, could they?
Yeah, didn't get the push they needed. So they don't get a touchdown here on this opening drive of the 3rd quarter, but I think you still say mission accomplished as they come away from it with the lead.
Absolutely. You've got to apply the pressure here, make the other guys play catch-up for a while, and now you just hope your defense can step up and protect the lead.
Now after the made field goal, Hauschka back out onto the field to kick it away. That'll be taken in the end zone. And a less than desirable return as he's out of bounds at the 15-yard line. And Pittsburgh getting set to take the field. And following the interception, just any interception, are you a little bit more cautious when you start that next drive, or no, you just throw that out the window?
I think you are. I don't think that there's any way you can run back out there and go, totally didn't affect me. Let's just go ahead and be loose with the football again. You're going to take care of it, but you have to be careful about being too cautious because now you can't run any offense at all.
Still want to attack. We'll see how they attack them here. Now a play fake here on first down. And Bryant's got it over the middle. And he'll be taken down, but not before he gets into enemy territory. And that's one of his advantages of a passer, is it not? With his height, setting back there in the pocket, firing it over the middle, he can really see everything clearly.
It is, and I know that other quarterbacks get it done different ways, all right? You don't have to be his height to make a great play. But Martavis Bryant, and into the end zone. Touchdown, Pittsburgh. Martavis Bryant, touchdown number 18 on the year. And the Steelers are going to retake the lead. Now it's Ryan Suckup on after the touchdown to kick it away. That'll be taken in the end zone. And he will be brought down here at about the 17-yard line. And now back out comes the offense. And they had 3 points last time, but they didn't want 3 points because they were well within range of scoring a touchdown. We'll see if they can do better now. I'm with you on that one. Let's just go ahead and be frank about the whole thing. The only one happy about the 3-point?
The kicker.
Exactly. You put it through the post. That's going to help him in contract.
Trying for Brown, and it's intercepted. And he brings this one back. It's a pick six for a Steeler touchdown. Short throw pick six right there. Those linebackers, they love when those short throws come and those eyes get real wide, don't they?
How about the anticipation on the play? Reading, reacting, and then the ability to catch the football and take it in the opposite direction.
So they throw the pick six. They'll get another shot at it now as this one's in the air. That's fielded in the end zone. And he will take it back only to about the 13-yard line here. So out now comes the offense back onto the field.
Well, conventional football 101, tells us if you don't get it back to the 20-yard line on a kickoff return, that's a disappointment. But some of these teams, special teams coaches, with approval by the head coach, they give them full authority to go ahead and bring it out and try to be aggressive. Almost what we call the green light, red light theory. Green light means go, red light means stop. Looks like he had green on that play.
And he'll get it up here this time to the 21. It's an 8-yard pickup, and it's a second down. And at his size, he's a smaller back. You can get him the football. He can kind of get lost, make someone miss. It's good for him.
Yeah, it's great for him. I like what you said there. Sometimes he gets lost in the traffic a little bit, but get him out in the open field into some space. That plays to his strengths the best and keeps him out of it where all the big boys are. You know, make someone miss in the open field.
So after that big play, let's see if they can catch their defense maybe on their heels. One receiver right, that's Brown. Defense really showing respect to the deep ball here, playing off the receivers. Man open right side, it's the tight end play. And he's brought down. That one good for 16, and the drive will continue.
That coach is always harped on the quarterback reading the defense and getting it to the open man. That's good recognition there. And how about what he did after the catch?
Yeah, hit your tight end, let him get some rack.
Yeah, when he gets moving, not many guys want to come over and put a hit on him, do they?
Now the Steelers put a stop to the action with a timeout defensively. It's just their first, so 2 remaining as they burn one here in this third quarter.
Here we go now.
Now they'll throw here out of the gun. Nowhere to go here. He lost the football. Or call it luck or skill, whatever the case is, they're feeling good about just keeping the football there.
Yeah, the biggest thing that they're calling it now, our ball. I mean, they don't care if it was luck or skill, or the panic that jumps up in your chest when that ball's on the ground. Whether you get it or your teammate gets it, just as long as you maintain possession, that's all you're looking for.
And for a third time tonight, he's intercepted. A great read, and it's picked off. And a big turnover there as his guys will get the football back. And Pittsburgh getting set to take the field. And they will simply, Charles, be looking to duplicate what they did last drive when they were able to push it in for 6.
And they hope it'll be that easy, right? To be able to take exactly what happened before, replicate it. They may have to make a few additional changes along the way because I'm sure the defense will make some adjustments, but they've got to have great confidence having scored the last time out.
A fake to Bell. Now it's Roethlisberger. Got an open man. It's a noon one. And he's going to get this all the way down inside the 35. That one goes for 36 yards.
A quarterback often has a lot of really good friends on offense to help him do his job. But one of his best friends is anyone who can catch the ball and create yardage after the catch. That run after the catch, the rat, and the ability to break a tackle and make a big play, as we just saw there, quarterback is very friendly with that guy.
Well, the numbers have been good in the passing game, and certainly a big reason why they have the lead. But now here, third quarter, maybe go to the run game a little more?
Yeah, perhaps. I mean, after that incompletion, look credit to the defense for shutting them down on that play. Maybe you try.
And they get to him with a pressure as Roethlisberger back now in Mexico City. It's Steeler football, and they have the lead as well as we begin quarter number 4. So a big sack on second down. Now let's see what the offense has in store for third. They come up with one running back. That's Bell. Roethlisberger now off the bootleg. And incomplete. The contact made the ball roam free and brings up fourth down. The Steelers send out their punter now. On for his second punt. He'd take a repeat of his first.
And he still doesn't have a catch. We're into the second half. I think it's a little bit of a surprise to me, but that was one he should have caught.
Absolutely. That was his best opportunity right there. He dropped it. And a great job on special teams to down it, as this will be marked out inside the 5-yard line. Now this offense ready to head back out there. And 3 interceptions in this game. And I would have to think, I wasn't a quarterback, but number 4 is kind of, you're like, oh, man, I can't throw 4.
No, and what's interesting is, what do the coaches decide to do now? Having thrown 3, do you alter your offensive strategy? Do you take the ball out of his hands and maybe turn to the running game? Or do you have that supreme confidence that he's going to turn things around?
We'll see what they do. From the shotgun, he'll look to throw. Looking left side for Watkins, and he's got it. And all the way in for the touchdown. Sammy Watkins, 89 yards. And his guys are able to make this a close game again.
Pardon me, you know what the real key is to stopping a good passing attack?
You tell me.
Being able to tackle as soon as a guy catches the football.
Didn't work out there.
No, because when you give up the big run after catch, the rack yardage, that puts your defense in a big-time stressful position.
A lot of rack yardage and a touchdown there on the big play. Well, I guess the coach looked at the 2-point cheat sheet, said go for it, get it to a 3-point game, and they did it.
Yeah, and sometimes you just throw out time of game. You don't worry about that. There's just a feel sometimes in making that call, and he felt good about what he had for a 2-point conversion, and now they're only down 3 and feeling great about themselves.
The Steelers offense now, they get ready to head back on the field. They've got the lead. Last time had to punt it, though. What's the key to this drive?
I think it's leverage. The big guys up front. You know the motivational speech on the sideline is, guys, give us an opportunity. Protect the passer, create space for our runners, and let's go ahead and get these guys. Low man wins. Let's go do it on this drive.
We'll watch that leverage on this drive. Again on 2nd and 10, it's Roethlisberger. And he'll be hit as he releases it, and that'll fall incomplete.
It's a tried-and-true formula, and I don't think it'll change for as long as we play football. If someone's trying to throw the ball, and you can put pressure on them and make it tough, that's only going to help your defense.
Yeah, he's since being hurried. He got rid of it before taking the hit, but incomplete. And he's got Rodgers. And he will have a first down here at about the 40.
And that pickup of a first down, that's going to leave a mark because They really needed to stop them there, didn't they?
That's so frustrating. Defensively, you're a play away from getting that football back here. Down late, tough.
Now they've got to find a way to create a turnover or takeaway. Otherwise, this one will probably get away from them.
Give them 13 on the pickup there. And it's good enough for a Pittsburgh first down. And with that last play, he's now up over that 300-yard mark.
And in today's NFL, it almost feels routine. And I hate that when you talk about a 300-yard passing game. To me, 300 yards still signifies excellence, and he's achieved that in this performance.
And it drops down incomplete. Thought he might have had it. Instead, second down. One receiver left, 3 to the right. Second and 10. It's Roethlisberger once more. And Bryant's got it over the middle. And he'll get it down on the play to the 37. That one good for 10 yards. And that'll bring up what looks to be a 3rd and inches. Can't be more than a half a foot. They'll try and run for it with Bell. It's a gain of 4 there, and it gives him a new set of downs.
I always appreciate runners who understand situations. That was just 3rd and inches. No reason to dance around in the backfield and try and break off a bigger play. Just go pick up the first down, and that's exactly what he did.
Throwing now, Roethlisberger on first down. It's caught by Bryant. And he's taken down, but not before reaching the 10-yard line. And a good quarterback facing zone coverage. If he has just a little bit of time to survey the scene, that's what's going to happen.
No doubt about it. If there's no pressure, he's going to continue to pick them apart because he'll have all that time to find someone open downfield. You can only...
And he's in. Touchdown, Steelers. Antonio Brown with touchdown number 12 on the year. And the Steelers find a way to stretch their lead. As a former DB, you might not like to see that, but from a wide receiver's perspective, those are the plays they dream of.
Correct on both counts, all right? Because once he took off, I mean, let's face it, that should have been done in Big Sky Country. Aren't any speed limits out there? And off he went. Glad I wasn't the one trying to chase him.
Now it's Ryan Suckup on after the touchdown to kick it away. That'll be taken in the end zone. And he'll get it up past the 20 to the 22-yard line. Now this offensive unit ready to see what they can do here. And they're hoping to capture some of that magic they had last time out when they were able to put together a scoring drive. But they're still down here, Charles.
Not the major concern, though, because of what you talked about. They scored the last time out. They feel good about themselves. They feel like their game plan is now in effect. They know how to attack and what plays they want to put together. But they've got to keep it moving in the right direction because, as you did note, they are down on the scoreboard.
A nice run there, 9 yards, and it'll be second down. And that looked like some pretty easy yardage there right up the gut.
And he's a guy that has some height to him. So when you don't have to drop a shoulder or create or get through contact or trash, it makes it a lot easier to stay upright, see the field, and make a run as we just saw there.
And they'll get it up just short of the 45 at the 44. And passing yardage-wise, now up over 350 in this game. Pretty nice performance.
Definitely that, which usually means you're putting a lot of pressure on guys trying to cover. If you're a defensive back and they put over 350 yards on you, you've had a long day. The key to everything, if you're doing it without throwing interceptions or turning the ball over.
17 yards on the pickup there, and the drive will continue.
Partner, it's a lot of fun watching the NFL now, isn't it? Because when the big fella runs routes, it used to be when we were kids, he'd run about 3 different routes, and that was it. Now you can run anything and catch the balls we just saw there.
Give him 9 there on the first down completion.
One thing I can say pretty safely, that route is not called if you don't have a guy who can throw the ball and put some mustard on it. Because if you're going to lollipop it in the middle of the field, bad things usually happen. It takes a strong-arm guy who can rifle it in there, and they were able to successfully complete that one.
gets the first down here as he's taken down at the 24. They get 6 on the pickup there as the drive will continue. And a new set of downs here after picking up the first on the ground. They come up in an offset eye. Back to throw now on first down. And this is intercepted, and that should do it. A great read, and it's picked off. And the return goes up to his own 17-yard line. And the Steelers set to take the field. Getting down to the end here, they have a 2-score lead. Barely, but it's a 2-score lead, so that probably makes you as a coach feel a lot more comfortable right now, doesn't it, Charles?
It does, but it doesn't mean now you go out and run option or some kind of wild double reverse or anything like that. But you do know that if anything does go haywire, you're still in control of this game.
I want a double reverse, don't you?
I'm just waiting for that day where we actually see something like that in this situation.
We'll see what happens here. It's a gain of 20 that time. And that'll be good for Pittsburgh first. A good grab there by the former Central Michigan man, Antonio Brown.
And he ate up some real estate on the catch, too, didn't he? I think the most impressive part of it, though, if there's a chance for him to get the football, even though he was covered well, he somehow finds a way to get it.
Roethlisberger going to throw it. And he's going to drop this off to his fullback. It'll be a 2-yard gain, and that'll make this a second down.
I wouldn't be surprised to see the next step in utilizing this position is to actually utilize more of a scat back in this spot. Because we saw the catch there, right? He made it. He's a bigger, stronger guy, maybe not quite as elusive as maybe someone else you would put in.
Yeah, didn't get the big yardage there you might out of a smaller back. Green with a catch left side. They'll lose a yard, and it brings up third.
If you're a selfish player and you're throwing the ball, you're cool with the completion. Maybe not so cool with the yardage loss, though, huh?
Yeah, you went backwards on the yardage. Hey, kind of works like a sack for the defense there.
Yeah, it's a really big play for them, right? Able to figure it out, sniff it out, and finish it off.
And able to find Green. And they get 14 yards there at a first down. So here we go, 1st and 10 now. Brown, the lone receiver left. Roethlisberger will throw. And he finds a man with a crossing route. And they're able to get this one down to the 25. It's a gain of 24 that time. And it's good enough for a Pittsburgh first down. They come out here in the eye. Now a play fake here on first down. James has got it. Complete. And he is out of bounds just a yard or two shy of the 10. A good gain of 14 there, and it moves to James. And on that last play there, he's over 400 yards passing now.
You know what that generally means?
Success.
That, and it means you really didn't miss opportunities.
And no escaping this time as he'll go down. They got him for a sack. Well, I know at points in this when you wanted to close your eyes because of all the points that were being put on the scoreboard.
Bye.